Welcome to the Talk Exchange podcast. It's your boys, Nick and Francis, in the building.
In the building once again, live in effect, live in the flesh. We're here, direct, giving you the best podcast popping right now. Nick, what's happening, man?
Nothing much, man. You pumped.
Hey, listen, man, I'm pumped. I'm ready for a fresh new episode. You know what I mean? Just about to give these people what they're looking for, man.
Well, we just had some good food, man, before this. So
man, food was excellent.
I'm pumped too. I was
Can't
hungry.
complain. I'm having a drink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everything is good. Yeah. Like, I mean, I'm not intoxicated. I'm just saying I'm having a nice drink. You know what I mean? Nice little refreshment. I'm having my drink too. I didn't add none of the goose yet. But, but you need that.
Yeah, but I'll add that later on.
All right.
You know.
Okay.
Hey, remember that podcast I was showing you? I showed you earlier today. They were talking. It was actually really funny, but they were talking about.
I'm laughing because I know.
Yeah, exactly. There was a guy talking about a girl being uncomfortable in a certain sexual position.
Yes,
and that one of the ways of getting her to be comfortable is tickling her feet.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. From what I saw from that podcast, is also because of the size. So sometimes if they can't take a particular size because for whatever reason they feel uncomfortable, by tickling their feet, it opens their vagina a little bit more. And before they know it, while they're laughing, the guy can put all of his things in her without her feeling it. Now,
all of his things.
you know, we might have, we got to keep it clean, right? Yeah. But I laughed because I'm like, nobody has a time to do that.
Nobody has a time. I was going to say that, man. Nobody has a time for that. Tickling the feet. No, I don't even think that would work.
Nobody has a time to do that. The girl that you're with will probably like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
So we're in a position right now. She's probably like feeling uncomfortable because she can't take everything that you're giving her.
Yeah.
And then you're looking for the feet to tickle it.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds stupid, but listen, there's all types of forms of entertainment. Yeah. You can come up with everything that makes people want to just listen to your show.
Hey, the fact that he's even saying that, it might work for him.
With a serious, he probably tried that.
He probably tried. He probably does that.
Hey, listen, I've never heard anything like that. And I've been around for a very long time on earth. I've never heard a girl saying, you know what? I can't handle your man meat. But no problem. I have a solution. Let's just do it. And I'll tickle your feet and you'll open up. Like nobody does that. You know what I mean?
Man, you got all the terms there. You got man meat. You got the man's things. You don't play around, man.
Hey, man, you gotta keep it PG sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
Sometimes we swear here and there, but you know what? For the most part, if we can use a substitute words, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Well, yeah, I thought that was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was for the most part funny for me. It was just hilarious.
Funny and ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I mean? Trying to tickle in the girl during intercourse, and you're trying to insert. That's kind of like, it's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Like I said, it wouldn't work for me, but he was speaking pretty confidently about it. So maybe he's one of those guys that's pretty blessed.
But then again,
that. Yeah. You know what you're saying?
Sorry to interrupt. I was about to say, like, maybe him and his partner are comfortable to try stuff like that. You know what I mean? But I just find it weird that I'll be in a certain position with my partner and I'm trying to like tickle their feet. Yeah. And I'm trying to like maybe like tickle their side.
Yeah. I don't know if that would work. Yeah, that wouldn't be my thing. But it was funny to look at anyway.
Of course, definitely. No, it was definitely something that made me laugh. And also his co-hosts, their response to it was also funny too.
Yeah. So, I can't remember. I don't know if I want to say it. I might not say it right. So that's why I'm not even saying it.
But it was hilarious. A little post that you sent, and it was entertaining.
Yeah, it was. So on to the next. Soulmates.
Soulmates.
Some people believe in them. Some people don't. What's your take?
In my opinion, I believe in a compatible partner, a compatible companion, because you can have more than one through your journeys in life. Mm-hmm. There's some people that have like the best relationship, but maybe it got put to an end because of infidelity reasons. There's some people that had great relationships, but maybe it came to an end, or maybe it strained because of financial issues.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think in this world, walking with billions of people on earth, that you'd have one person that's compatible to you, that you deem as your soulmate.
Yeah. Now, some people really go by soulmates. They think that they have a specific soulmate, and they have that quote unquote list that we've talked about.
Yeah, that list.
That this soulmate is supposed to have. Now, if it's a soulmate, I don't think that you even need a list, because it would just happen if that's a thing, right? And there's some people that get the soulmate thing wrong, because I'm victim to that too.
Okay.
I've met someone, and at some certain points in life, I met a female, and thinking that, oh,
she's
man,
the one.
She is the one.
That's what I'm saying.
Right. And this is after, like, a week or 2 weeks. I'm like, oh my God, everything. Oh my God, everything aligns.
A week or two? That's even
everything.
too early. Some people do like even sometimes 6 months to a year, and they think that person's the one. But after a while, a drastic change.
Yeah. But sometimes meeting a new person, there's something that wows you about them right away.
Definitely.
Even after just meeting them.
Because it's new.
Yeah, it's new, and just the conversation just went amazing.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Then, you went to a few dinners, you've hung out a little bit. Maybe you even had sex.
Yeah.
Once or twice or whatever the deal is. So that first little time, now you're thinking that's your person. Yeah. I've been victim to that. Like I said, I've thought that was my person, and people have thought I was their person.
Yeah, for sure. A lot of people.
Yeah. And it's not. It's not, because that person here, I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm going to spend a long time with this girl here. And she's like, oh my God, I can't wait to meet the next one.
Yeah.
So
and sometimes vice versa too, man.
Yeah.
Because there's some girls that really feel that man is a man of their life.
Yep.
Meanwhile, this guy has like 3 side chicks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And just sharing her affection with other people.
Yeah.
So it could be heartbreaking sometimes. But I don't really believe in soulmates. I believe in companionship or compatibility with somebody that you just have a lot of things in common and you can relate to.
Yeah.
I
don't believe in the word. I don't know. I don't want to like totally shun that. Like, I don't believe in it, but I believe if you meet someone that you really get along with, and that will be the closest thing to that term.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, I'm not going to meet somebody if I'm dating a girl and the girl's like, oh my God, you could be my soulmate. I'm not going to be like, don't you dare say that word to me. Like, no, it's cute, whatever the situation is. But realistically, we could be very, very cool today, tomorrow, next year. And then things in life also has a way of changing things for people.
Yeah.
We're living in tough times right now. Like money's
gas.
Oh my God.
Gas.
Oh, dude.
Has gone up.
By the way, I'm going to invest in the Fred Flintstone cars. You know when Fred Flintstone used to use his legs? Because it's getting crazy.
Yeah.
I'm driving around and gas is like 161.9.
Yeah.
Dude, give me the Fred Flintstone cars. I'll use my legs.
Hey,
gone.
Elon Musk, is it?
Yes, Elon Musk.
He's making a fortune. Tesla. Those Tesla people that have a Tesla right now, they're laughing. They're like,
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I don't need any gas.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
Man, I should probably look into that.
I'm looking into it.
I was going to get
tomorrow.
a Tesla. And I was going to get a Tesla in 2016, 2015. But I was like, whatever, man.
Yeah.
And now look.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But anyways, not too late. But yeah, in terms of the whole soulmate thing, to each his own.
To each his own, for sure.
Like whatever you believe in is what you believe in.
Yeah.
But if you were to ask me, in my opinion, which is my opinion, I think that word is overrated. You know?
A little bit. I think some people get it twisted too, as well.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you meet somebody and you do get along.
For sure.
You get along super well.
Tremendously.
Amazing. But just as friends. You know what I mean, right?
The friend zone.
The friend zone, because maybe you guys just get along as friends. As you change it into a relationship,
and it goes left.
It goes left.
So what are you saying now? You're saying that there's if you break it down into 2 different types of soulmates now, like a sexual partner soulmate and a friendship soulmate?
No, I'm saying people won't know the difference. Some people don't know the difference. Yeah. You know what I mean? Some people will think that this person is amazing and don't understand that that person is amazing as a friend, as your friend.
But they don't use the word soulmate. Because I'm yet to see somebody that goes, yo, you know what? That's my soulmate, but he's just my friend.
No, that's what I'm saying. Before they even know that, they're okay. So if someone's supposed to be a friend,
Yeah.
is more, they don't even know. They're trying to force that into a relationship because they think that's their soulmate.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You
And
know
then
what I mean?
after the fact,
And then after the
it
fact,
goes left.
it goes left.
Yeah.
But they're still thinking relationship wise.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Yeah.
they could just be friends.
That's true.
They're actually better off as friends. And I'm
there are a lot of people
speaking
that
from experience.
Me too.
They're better off as friends.
There are a
'Cause
lot
I've
of
been
people
with
that are
somebody
better off as friends.
As friends, because I've met people, and I have female friends that, there's no way we could have been in a relationship
For sure.
but we're okay with friends.
And you know what? It's so true, because I have girlfriends that I have a lot of girlfriends. I keep saying that because I have more girlfriends than guy friends, and a lot of my my opinions and experiences and stories come from my girlfriends.
Right.
So I've had girls that I'm friends with since the 90s, bro.
Right.
Like I'm talking like 23 years, 24 years, 25 years. And we're still friends till today.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we so friends till today? Because we're friends. If we were not friends, and if we crossed that line, it would have been a breakup relationship. Now that'd be my ex.
Right.
So you're right. Some people are just meant to be friends.
Yeah. Now this is for another episode, but you don't cut off your friends when you're in a new relationship, do you?
Hell no. Sorry, let me use another word. Negative.
Yeah. Some people do. And again, this is for another episode, but
I feel like talking about that now, because that's stupid.
Okay, well all right. Well, let me hear your quick take on that.
I think that's stupid.
All right.
We can move it on to another episode, man.
Okay.
Come on, we'll save that to another episode, because that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Hey, you know what? Back to the soulmate thing. Some people are not even fortunate to meet someone close to calling a soulmate.
Yeah.
They go a lifetime. And like we talked about earlier on another episode about people being with someone or not being with someone for a while, and being disappointed every time they meet somebody, and they're still single and whatnot. So some people don't even get the opportunity to meet somebody that could be classified as a soulmate.
As a soulmate. No,
Yeah.
I'm laughing because I'm going to add something to this. We're going to talk about this in another episode too.
Right.
Do you know the reason why some people do not want to find a soulmate, or they think they don't have a soulmate, is because they're relying on what their zodiac sign says?
Oh, that. Hey, you know what? I'm not even going to laugh too much, because there's some people that really look at that.
I am laughing.
Yeah.
You're not going to talk to me because
really
I'm a
look at that,
Pisces.
Yeah.
You don't want to pursue a relationship because I'm a Pisces.
Yeah.
Because the book you read, your horoscope told you Pisces is not compatible with you, the Sagittarius. The Pisces is very emotional and occasionally might jump in the air for no reason. So you have to stay away from me. You know what, man?
Oh, man.
Listen.
The zodiac sign. I don't know.
We can definitely talk about that in another episode.
Yeah.
But my point is, a lot of people rely on things that they read and absorb and relate it to millions of people in the world.
Yeah.
People they come across on a regular basis. No.
Mm-hmm.
Make your judgment based on how you feel.
How you feel.
Your connection. Yeah. I am never going to let a zodiac sign determine if I'm going to talk to somebody.
Yeah.
And like you said, there are people that really believe in this, like the Bible, and it's scary, because I hear that stuff all the time. I'm like, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I've been in situations where I've been with someone, didn't work out, and then spoke to someone else, and then they said, what sign was she? No, let me finish.
All right, man.
And say, like, what sign is she? And I say the sign, what month. I'm not sure, but I say the month that they were born. And then, she's probably an Aquarius. That's why.
Oh my God.
You're Libra, right? I'm like,
yeah.
All right.
It's cool. Crazy, man. But listen, I know we don't want to take too much on this one, because we can save that for a whole new episode.
Right.
But just think about this. I had a situation where back in the days, I was dating somebody, and she asked me what sign I was. And I told her, because I'm a cusp. I've fallen between Aquarius and Pisces, right?
Okay.
So I like to play games. So I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm an Aquarius. Oh my God, Aquarius people. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not really compatible. I'm like, yeah, but I'm also a Pisces. Oh, okay, that saves it, because I'm like, look at you. Yo, this is a real story in a restaurant. I'm like, look at this girl. I'm like, oh, but I'm a cusp though, because I'm also a Pisces. Oh, okay, that explains why you're the way you are, because you're not really coming up with the whole Aquarius vibes. Nick, we did not talk after that.
Right.
Yeah, goodbye. I'm all right, man. What are you talking
just
about?
ended it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't just get up the restaurant and leave,
Yeah.
but I'm like, you know what? No, I'm okay, man, because everything I do, this person is going to have me under the microscope and compare it to her 3 other boyfriends that were Aquariuses.
Yeah.
So I'm not, because I'm easy, I'm quick to take off. Like, I see red flags and I see things that I don't like and I take off.
Yeah.
I don't try to make things like, come on, man, look what you just said while we're eating.
Yeah.
You almost like divorced me. We haven't got married. You almost divorced me because you heard I'm an Aquarius. Yeah. And to save my marriage, I told you I'm also a Pisces.
Yeah.
And then listen, I'm okay.
So that brings me to my point of when you meet somebody, you know in the beginning. You sometimes you see these things in the beginning, you know, okay, this is not for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It all depends. Yes. It all depends on what it is. Yes, for sure. For sure. You know, some people have some like traits, you know what I mean? Like there's some traits where, listen, a relationship, I know people always saying like, you know, equality in a relationship and 50-50 in a relationship. Not everything in your relationship is 50-50.
Nope.
There are things that you sacrifice for your love and there's some things that your lover sacrifices for you.
Yeah.
It goes both ways. You know, there are things that you have to like, you know, bend over backwards for your husband and some things where, you know, your husband also bends over backwards for you.
Yeah.
It can't be the same or else you're going to have like head clashings all the time.
Yeah.
But the thing about this day and age where everybody's preaching, yo, you know what? Don't let no man do this to me. Don't let no man do that to you. It's not even about the man's trying to do that. It's just like, don't, it's okay for the man to say something. He's not challenging you. It's just, can you do this? Can you do that? Yeah. Oh, nobody tells me what to do. Yo, I'm an independent woman. Like these are not the days of our parents, bro.
Yeah.
You know, if I can go back in time, we have to talk about going back in time as well, because there are a lot of things I like to do if I ever get a chance to go back in time with that time machine. I would love to go back to the if I can ever go back to the 70s and 80s, I'd like to go back to that era where it's so simple. You meet a girl, you don't have to worry about no filters, Instagram, natural, you know, that they can see a man for who they are, you know, without having to worry about, oh my God, this man is talking to me this way and that way. Meanwhile, I'm just a man.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to feel like, oh my God, I'm competing with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are some nice women out here that still have respect for their husbands and kudos to them. But there are a lot of women right now that also want to just challenge men because they have something to prove when it's not even necessary.
Like more wear the pants too as well.
Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, like it's not going to work. Marriage will not work if both people are clashing like that.
Yeah.
You got to have a compromise. It goes both ways or else you're going to have problems.
Yeah.
And nowadays, nowadays in this society, people are quick to divorce, separate. Yeah. There are so many factors why people don't even want to stay together. They're not feeling it. They have like sites out there that teach them how to have affairs. You know, like Ashley Madison alcoholics. Let's teach them. You know, like
you can say it out loud.
No, it's okay. Those sites, like no, there are several sites that are teaching people how to have affairs. It's secret. It'll be confidential. There's like, oh, if you're man, go over here. Then of course you got the Instagram. You got the multiple people reaching out to you on a regular basis. Temptations. So those days of trying to really work out a relationship, unless you really want it to work, those days are almost done. Yeah. Because everything is just out there. Yeah. It's so easy. There's skin everywhere. Yeah. Guys and girls.
Yeah. A lot of people are super sensitive now too.
Yes.
Nowadays. And I think there's a connection with like the pandemic. I think it has stressed out a lot of people.
Definitely.
And people are a little bit more edgy. And both ways, like when a guy and a girl are talking, sometimes the girl is just mentioning something and the guy's flying off the hand.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And then vice versa.
Yeah.
You know, the guy's just trying to communicate something. And not everybody's the greatest at communication.
Not everybody. Communication is a skill.
I'm not that. Yeah, it is a skill. I don't even have that skill.
Man, I think you have the skill because you won't be talking and hosting a talk show with 4 different co-hosts.
Yeah,
so there has to be some communications, and you're in a decent relationship right now. So you have to have something, you know what I mean, with friends and stuff and partners that you've been with, you know, in the past.
Yeah.
So definitely, I think that you have some sort of communications. Yeah. For me, I think I have some communication skills. Because not only do I have also like, you know,
you have amazing communication skills, man.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. But, you know, on a real, and that is not only because of my interactions with partners and friends, just like I mentioned with you, but I also, I worked in the field of communications for over, 25 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? So learning how to talk to customers and solving issues and being a good active listener, learning how to paraphrase, all those are skills that I've actually acquired. Now, not everybody can do that because a lot of people were not taught that.
Right.
So having a communication with somebody that comes from that cloth, it's going to be a challenge because your partner does not know how to communicate in the way or manner that you feel is necessary to communicate.
Yeah. And even breaking it down a little further, even someone that maybe won't communicate something like that clearly, but it takes that person to understand too as well.
Exactly.
Because some people, they just look at everything negative.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you say like, hey, do you have another outfit that you could change into? And it's like, oh, so you don't like this one? Oh, so
Yeah.
you're supposed to like me for me. And
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're just saying, yeah, you look good, but do you have another option?
Outfit? Yeah.
It's not really a bad thing, or it's not controlling or anything like that, you know? So
You're absolutely right. And that's a perfect example when I say that things clashing for no reason.
yeah.
It's not the man trying to tell you, you must wear this.
Right.
You're just simply saying, hey, honey, you know what? I've seen you in other outfits that are sick.
Yeah.
You know, do you mind trying that on? All of a sudden, now you're thinking he's calling you fat and you're ugly and stuff like that. Then it becomes an argument.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, if people can humble themselves, then there'll be a lot of relationships that can be saved.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. The pandemic has pretty much caused dilemmas worldwide for over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of relationships have strained. Finances have strained. Businesses have, gone down the drain.
Yep.
So a lot of things. But we've noticed that, domestic abuse, the violence, divorces, breakups, all took place even more during the pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? You're isolated with that person. Remember, when you're in a relationship with somebody, there's certain things that you can tolerate if you're not stuck with them all the exactly. Yeah. Well, everybody has something. Yeah. But when you're locked in with that person,
yeah, because there's a point there, like everybody's working from home.
Yeah, of course.
Or work has stopped or whatever, and they've been home for 2 months now, 3 months. Just you two.
Yeah.
No outlet. And for me, if you're with somebody, how I feel, if you're with somebody that you really get along that way, then it's not an issue.
It's not an issue.
But for some people that do have certain, problems in the relationship, they didn't even know about that.
Exactly.
It's gonna come out at that time.
And remember, there are a lot of people that are released by having their side chicks and side guys on the side.
True.
So they were not able to see those on a regular. So that became another frustrating situation. And these are facts. There are a lot of people that...
Those are facts for real.
Yeah, there were a lot of people that had like side pieces.
Yeah.
The girls had their side guys. The guys had their side girls.
Yeah.
You can't see them no more. So now you're stuck with your wife looking at their face, and your wife is looking at your face, and that becomes frustrating. There's a lot of things that took place during the pandemic, and thank goodness it's starting to open up. Yeah. So back to everything. It all boils down to like soulmate and compatibility and so forth. I think if two people meet each other and they have a great chemistry, they just write it out and just say you're great partners.
Yeah.
I don't know about, soulmates and all that stuff, like I said, because people change.
Yeah.
You can have a soulmate in your 20s, or quote unquote, I'm just saying quote unquote for lack of better words, but quote unquote soulmate in your 20s. Mm-hmm. All of a sudden in your 30s and 40s, you don't really have nothing in common anymore. Things change. Life is a journey.
Yeah.
Sometimes you meet people and they teach you things as you move along in life.
Yeah.
Not everybody comes with you on this trip called life.
Yeah. See
what I'm saying? So when people are like, oh my God, he's my soulmate, he's my everything, all of a sudden now, boom, you're not together with that guy in 5-6 years from now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's not your soulmate anymore? So you're telling me your soulmate, you're no longer with your soulmate right now, but you have another soulmate?
Yeah.
So is it soulmates or soulmate?
Hey,
you get what I'm saying?
So when people say, okay, you've always heard people say you got to work at marriage or whatever. You know what I mean? It's not easy.
Marriage is a work in progress.
Right.
Yeah.
Where do you draw the line in terms of like leaving the situation or just really working it? Like you said, going back in the day, people just worked at it. You know what I mean? They tried. They didn't just go like even they get to their low points or whatever. And, they make it happen, whether they have kids or whatever, and they make it happen and they stay happy or force themselves to stay happy.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like, so where do you draw the line in terms of when you're starting to grow and your age changes and, you're in your 30s now, you're in your 40s now. Like, where do you draw the line in terms of not making it happen anymore and calling it quits?
I mean, okay, where you draw the line are as follows. If your relationship is abusive, You have a husband.
That's a definite. Yeah.
If your husband's beating the crap out of you,
Yeah.
he promised to, take counseling, and he's still beating you up. You got to draw the line. Goodbye.
Yeah.
If you have actually grown apart because you married at such a young age, and now your mindset has changed.
Yeah.
Your ambitions and goals are different from your partners. You've tried, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
That's why one of the most acceptable reasons of divorce is what they call irreconcilable differences.
Yeah.
You can't, because it's irreconcilable. You've changed. There's nothing you could do. So you give it a try, you work out, but you're just not feeling it.
Yeah.
You've tried your best. You're just not feeling it. Another one too would be finances.
Mm-hmm.
You give it a try. You're working out. You're trying your best, but then you lost your house. You lost your cars. You want to put your kids in programs. They're not doing it. You love your partner to death, but unfortunately, look what it's doing. I'm sorry, we have to make a decision, right? So these are the reasons why some people will call it quits. But if it's over like a small little argument,
Yeah.
and
No. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I got you. Sorry to cut you there. I was just touching back on what you said about being in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go too deep, but I want to ask you a question anyway, but I don't want to get too deep because it is a sensitive subject.
Definitely.
But it's good to know. Some women have stayed in an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
And now me looking from the outside in, when I've seen certain situations and had a friend told me, oh, this guy hit me.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, leave. Like, get out of there. Like, why do some women stay?
To be honest with
you.
Because
one hit, I don't think you need a second one.
You don't need a second one. But we're not them.
Yeah.
I'm not them. I'm not in their feelings. I don't know what they're going through. So it's hard for me to answer that question for you. The only person you can ask is an actual victim of domestic abuse.
Mm-hmm.
If we ever have an episode where we have a caller call in to talk about, like, domestic abuse and what they've gone through, and then we can ask her why.
Yeah.
Or even him. But
Right.
but usually it's her.
Usually, yeah.
Usually it's her.
I've heard some guys being abused. I don't know how that works, but I have heard that.
No, there are women. There are a lot of women that really beat up their husbands.
Yeah.
But because we're in a macho dominant world,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be, a guy will feel weird. A guy would feel weird. Going to file a police report that his wife beats him up every day.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of guys that actually do get abused by women.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. It's a fact. But because we're macho,
Yeah.
she just want people to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Look at when the Me Too movement came through, and all the women are saying all these men that assaulted them and touched them inappropriately, or spoke to them in inappropriate manners. And then you had Terry Crews come out.
Yeah.
Terry Crews, a big, muscular, African-American man, solid man, came out and said that, he was being, harassed or groped by a producer.
Yeah.
Look, you should have seen all the memes, dude.
Yeah.
They were laughing at him. So there are a lot of
that happens a lot. People don't know that, but
they laugh.
It does happen a lot.
Yeah, so they were laughing. Oh, look at this big black guy. Oh, he's like, oh, I can't believe. Look at him. Yeah, right. This muscular guy. A guy touched you. Eh? Yo, he's so pom-pom, man. He's so pussy. You like, dude. The guy's telling you that some people were inappropriate, and it happens to be another man. But like I said, we looked at it as a man. Mm-hmm. You know that famous term they use, alpha. So when you're an alpha, you can't go screaming out like a beta.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what do you... So a lot of men will sit back because it looks stupid to them to report a case, incident of domestic abuse from their wife. Now, for the women, like I said, I don't know why. And maybe one day we'll have a caller call in to explain their, situations and how they got out of that situation. Because, Nick, a lot of times they all have the same pattern. They all stay. A lot of them, not all. A lot of them stay. Mm-hmm. Not all, but a lot of them stay. Mm-hmm. And they always have this thing where they make excuses. He said he's going to change. He said he made a mistake. No, he was just angry. To the point where, like, a lot of women rest in peace. Some women even die in the process, dude. Mm-hmm. You see all the signs. He's beating you. And maybe they can't leave. Maybe because he threatened them so much that even if they try to leave, they fear for their lives and they have to stay, and they still endure that abuse.
I think some do, because there has been those situations. Because there's
crazy.
some of the real psycho dudes out there that will follow that person and this and that, and like they really can't get away.
Really can't get away. So and that's sad. So that's why I'm saying I can't answer that question for you.
Yeah.
a victim of domestic abuse or a victim that has been abused, a lot in their relationship, those are the people that can really answer that question for you.
And police don't do nothing.
I don't know if police don't do nothing.
I mean, I've seen situations where a woman...
Some situations, but you can't say police don't do nothing. So that means the whole police in the entire world don't do nothing? I think some do.
No, their hands are tied. The way they put it, their hands are tied.
But
in terms of when someone calls...
But you got to be careful when you say police. You're making a general statement saying police. You have to say some or most, or from what you've heard. Because if there's somebody now listening and wants a challenge, to be like, what do you mean? I was saved by one. Or the police, somebody will be like, yo, what are you talking about? So it's like, that's like us generalizing in a situation and saying, all women are dogs or all men are dogs. So we got to be very careful, because I have also known women that have actually had police come and actually do something about the situation. So that's what I'm saying.
They do something. And okay, maybe I didn't say it right.
Okay.
Communication.
No, that's okay. We're here to talk. It's our podcast.
I've seen situations, right? Like you said, unfortunately, some women have succumbed to, the abuse that was going on.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Which is very unfortunate. And that's why I'm saying, like, I've seen some situations where they have, called the authorities or whatever, and they come and either they, well, okay, you leave the house tonight then, sir, or you, whatever situation they do at that time. But there's not much that they could do, because they can't come and say, like, okay, just immediately arrest that person. Like, it's a case. So they have to have evidence and this and that, and, for them to actually go further. So it's usually just an immediate kind of like, okay, you don't sleep here tonight, or whatever the deal is. And okay, madam, get it caught on camera, and, whatever, get all the emails and all the threatening text and this, I'll get all that together before something is done. And sometimes in some situations that takes too long. Which
I understand. Yeah. But at the same time too, there are people that have actually been able to get away with the help of the law.
Yeah.
So when you're saying like they don't do nothing, police don't do nothing, I'm not going to sit here and say they don't, because there are cases where they have. If we say some people have, some people haven't, then, it works in favor of both. You know what I mean? But regardless of the fact is, it all boils down to, if you're experiencing abuse, do something about it. If the law is taking a precious time and your life is at stake, maybe just take that chance. I don't know. That's a deep conversation, and it'll be good for us to see if we can get a caller, when we expand this episode, just to hear their opinions and their experiences with domestic abuse.
Yeah, because that's a serious title. I didn't want to really get into this time, but sometimes when you open that up, you gotta say something about it, because it's such a deep topic.
It's a deep topic, you know what I mean? So I don't know what to say. I just hope that if you're being abused by your husband or your spouse, I hope that you guys are able to resolve it by maybe taking your break, or calling the law, or just getting out of the relationship in one form or the other, because your life is way more important than trying to stay in an abusive relationship for man and woman.
I think, on a lighter note, in terms
we'll go back to soulmate. No, but it's true,
man, I can't, like, I don't see myself getting abused.
But that's because you're 6'4". You sound like Don Cornelius' son.
I do like getting abused in one way, in the bedroom.
Okay, so let me see. What time do we have here?
But that's for another episode.
Yeah, you're probably gonna be in the episode yourself. This guy's a freak. I know all the ladies gonna be tuned in. How do we abuse Nick? How do we abuse Nick? That's gonna be a good episode.
No, I'm just messing around.
Yeah, I know.
But anyway.
Yeah, man. But no, soulmate, that still ties into it.
Yeah.
Some people thought they had a soulmate. They were married. They had children. All of a sudden, now this guy's beating the crap out of you.
Yeah.
And you're even probably beating the crap out of him.
Yeah.
So soulmates, I don't know. It's a nice word. It makes sense. You can use it however you want. But for me, I just believe in a compatible partner that can walk with you through the journey of life. And sometimes there are times where they may not follow you.
Yeah.
When the time comes for both people to depart.
Yeah.
And then sometimes some people will follow them, to follow each other till the end of time.
Yeah.
Which is a great thing.
Yeah,
Everybody would love that. But in this day and age, with a lot of temptations and people are quick to leave and people don't really fight anymore for their love, for their marriage. You know, the 17 guys in the DMs. There's so many temptations and girls are hounding this guy and you know what I mean? And everything's about money.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to find soulmates now because a girl can convince you that you're soulmates because you're rich.
Yeah.
Times have changed. You know, that's why a lot of rich men and rich women are not sure of the people they're dating because they don't know if they love them for their money.
Yeah.
Because now money can make you somebody's soulmate.
Yeah. Straight up. I hear you, man. So soulmates, I mean, okay, at the end of the day, you don't believe in soulmates. In the term soulmates. Me.
In the term, yeah. But I believe in the
I believe if you meet someone and you're close to it, you could say that's your soulmate. You could say that's your
soulmate. Yeah, sure.
Do I believe in it 100%? I'm not sure, but I believe there's someone out there for you.
For sure. More than one person.
Yeah.
More than one person sometimes. Because some people they meet, think about it. If everybody in the very beginning, even people that were like, a lot of us were virgins once upon a time. And we probably thought, especially the women, that the person that broke their virginity would be the person that they'll be with for a long time. But they've moved on. They've had kids for somebody else. They're married for somebody else and vice versa. I mean, what do you call that?
Yeah. I hear you. I hear you.
So it's a nice word to use because it's a positive word, you know, to show an ongoing establishment and you know, a hopefully committed relationship in perpetuity. But reality is, in this day and age, it's hard because there are a lot of distractions and people don't really fight like they used to.
Yeah.
That's why if I have a time machine, I'll go back to the era that made sense.
Yeah, I got you. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate you, man.
Not a problem, brother, man. And so that you know, guys, we always got to say this. These conversations that we have in our podcast episodes and on our podcast are based on our own opinions, experiences, and from other people that we share relationships with from a friendship perspective, from a partnership perspective, and just overall life experiences. So we're not trying to change your views on how you do things. We're just here to share our opinions, and we hope that you guys are entertained and possibly take some information from it.
Yeah. Or at least generate some of your own ideas.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Right? May have heard something that you didn't know before or whatever.
Then Nick is the perfect example. Nick said he's a freak.
No, I didn't say that.
He said he likes to be punished and abused in another form.
Gosh,
so
you took that to the next
so
level.
The ladies, you guys could probably learn something from that. Maybe tune in to another episode.
Hey man, thank you all for tuning in. Remember, catch us on Instagram, The Talk Exchange, rss.com, YouTube, The Talk Exchange, and right here on Spotify. Thank you for tuning in.
There you go. Don't forget Google Podcasts. Next week, Apple Podcasts. So, you know, we're making our moves. We're making our mark, you know, leaving our mark. And big up to the Talk Exchange.
There you go.
TTE.
Yeah. Thank you once again. See you next time.
Peace.